Download the BCSN Plus app today.
So without further ado, let's take a look at the top 30 guys. Another loaded list, Coach Boyd.
Yeah, it really is, and I think with some of these guys that maybe you've heard of who've really elevated their game from one year to the next. I look at a Caden Kennard on there from Central Catholic, averaged about 10 points a game last year, up to 18 this year. Leading them to an outstanding season along with Manny Johnson. Devin Silva, a guy I love from Otsego, a pure scorer, a good jump shooter, having a big year for the Black Knights as we saw here tonight on Gameday Nation.
Dion, you got to like this list. A lot of loaded players. Yo.
Like I said, once again, there's some guys left off, but it's not just our call. But Tyson Bowers having an outstanding year. Obviously, you see Walter Plant on that list, Traden Booker. Like, this is a really, really good list. And what's really scary is we left off some guys.
Yeah.
But we're going to start right here with this guy right here by the name of Sean Foster, one of the top, if not the top player in Ohio for the class of 2027. What he's changed this year is he has a nice jump shot. He used to just be a dunker coming in as a freshman. Now he's a general, a leader, and he's got one more year to go, guys. Hey, look out for his cousin. And all you got to do is watch IG. That's Willie Foster, who's about to come through jumping with him.
Alrighty, 9 schools have at least 2 players in the top 30. Lima Senior is one of them. Along with Sean Foster, you have Willie Foster as well.
Well, you just see right there. I mean, all you got to do is go to IG, type in Willie Foster, and I promise you, this guy has a highlight reel waiting to happen. He's going to Northern Kentucky, Division I college. He's another guy. He's a reason why this Lima Senior team is the top in our area. And let's call it right now. They're going to be very tough to beat in the City League. They are a City League team, by the way, folks. So if you get a chance to get out and watch them, they're here. Look what Willie does. Just a super athletic guy, and he's had a good year so far.
Lima Senior 10-1. The Fosters are a big reason why. But when we think about the top 30, you think about some of the most exciting players in the area. When you head over to Maumee Valley Country Day, you have a dog averaging 20 points, 5.5 dimes per game, and his name is Kieran Stokes.
You said it best. Kieran Stokes, probably about 5'7", and I'm being generous, but this guy can score on all 3 levels. He defends really well. He is the reason why Maumee Valley is winning. They're going to win the TAC this year, and he's been good for a very long time. He's a player that has a high motor. Look what he does defensively. And I swear, this guy's in the best shape probably of any guard around here.
Maumee Valley, a huge matchup with Cardinal Stritch tonight, taking that win 1 versus 2 in the TAC. Meanwhile, we spoke about Genoa and McKenna Moritz on the girls' side, but the guys have a different animal in Walter Plants, who also makes the top 30.
Hey, Walter Plants, guy's going to Ashland University, super strong in that league. He's a throwback player, as I like to call him. He does so much for this team. He's about 6'6", 6'7", does everything. Block shots, can score. He's a 3-level scorer as well. And he's the reason why these Genoa Comets are undefeated in that league out there.
Plants 22 points, 10 boards, and 4 blocks per game. And of course, Genoa is 13-0. Let's go to the NLL. 6 players from the league made the top 30, including Southview's Jerron Witcher.
Well, he's Mr. Double-Double right here. And Jerron Witcher's been around for a very long time. Super strong. Difficult matchup for guys because he can take you inside. You send a small guy on him, he'll drop you down in the post. Big guy, he can knock down the shot. Super athletic. Like I said, he's Mr. Double-Double for Sylvania Southview.
Witcher's been magical this season, 19 points, 9 boards per game. And finally, Preston Snyder.
Hey, Red, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
There's a guy that scored 1,000 points, 554 assists, 230 steals. There's been 2 guys in the history of Lake to do it. Do you know him?
No.
They're both named Preston Snyder. Nobody has up. They've only had 4 1,000-point scores, but Preston is a guy we don't see much, but he's a 4-year starter, and he's a reason why they're 12-2 right now. I mean, hey, take a look. Like I said, he's been very good for a very long time, and he can score even more, but he's so unselfish. You heard it right. 554 assists, 230 steals. That's a career, plus 1,000-point score.
Anthony Wayne, Perrysburg, St. Francis, and St. John's are the schools with exactly 2 players on the boys' side on the top 30 list. You have Central Catholic and Rogers, a surprise there. Rogers getting 3 players into the top 30 says a lot about the City League beyond just Lima Senior.
Yeah, Coach Rob Martin, he's figured out he has a 3-headed monster. We thought it was 2 at first, but he's developed some guys, and they're playing really well right now, Coach.
Yeah, they really are. And we heard, Trey Booker. Well, then O.J. Waller burst upon the scene last year as a freshman, and then you got Delvin Stone, who just night in and night out just provides that consistent double-digit scoring. And when you got 3 guys who can get you double figures every night, you're going to win a lot of ball games. That's why Rogers is a little bit under the radar. We don't talk about him a whole lot. We don't get to see him a whole lot, but they've been outstanding, having a great year.
And as we all know, there's more than 30 great players in the area, but for 31, 32, 33, just real quick, take us inside your minds as you're going through how to decide who makes the top 30. What mattered to you at the end of the day?
Some of my guys didn't make it. but this is what I looked at, honestly. I looked at, obviously, the top guys. And then when we start, we had a huge list. Then I said, with this guy, how would he play in this league? And that's how I kind of looked at it. That's how I made my decision, Coach.
Yeah, obviously, stats kind of get your attention, but then you evaluate it far from that. It's just not about numbers. It's about, what do you do for your team? What do they ask of you? Do you respond night in and night out from a consistency standpoint? What kind of competition are you playing against?
Yeah.
How do you handle that competition? Strength of schedule, dictates, a lot. So maybe, somebody might average more, more points per game, but they're not playing the same level of competition. The guy that might average a few points less, but playing in a much tougher, schedule. So you just kind of take it all in consideration, and you try to do the best you can, get it down to 30. But as we gave our input, we got other, play-by-play, color analysts, coaches around the area give their input. To throw that all in a blender and come up with 30 is a tough thing to do. So,
hats off to those guys. And there were a lot of guys, that simply just fell short of the cut. Guys, don't stop us in the grocery store asking how come their guy didn't make it. Coach Jason Moss, St. John's, I'm talking to you. It's not just our decision. We're the guys, the face of it. We talk about it. But there was a lot of input, in this. Tough.
And of course, it included players from the BCSN footprint as well as the 13 ABC footprint. So a lot of schools to choose from, not only in Northwest Ohio, but Southeast Michigan as well. And you got the best 60 across boys and girls.
Yeah, and I think this year, maybe more than years past, we have some outstanding talent that is outside of the BCS footprint area, in the Channel 13 area, that maybe in years past, that part of the region maybe didn't produce as much talent, but this year has been an exception to that. We saw, really good players, like Julian Washington on the list, Caitlin Terinsky of Bellevue on the list on the girls' side. A lot of talent out east of us that they made it. They refused to be unnoticed, and they've been recognized.